Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria that was held on February 25, 2023. The United States Secretary of State has issued a statement to show indicating that America has taken steps to impose visa restrictions on individuals involved in undermining the democratic process during Nigeria's 2023 election cycle. So, Secretary of State Anthony J. Blinken, initially, shortly after the election, the U.S. threatened to impose sanctions on those who are undermining democracy, those who participated in the election malpractices, election rigging, and promotion of violence. They said it. Now they have carried out a threat. They have done it, and this was contained in the statement that was issued by the Secretary of State Anthony J. Blinken on May 15th, indicating that it has taken action against those who participated in denying people their right to vote, or that tampered with the result, that altered the will of Nigerians. Now, we are going to look at the statement that was issued by Blinken. Then from there, we can tell you those who were in that list. Because under the US law, they don't make it public. There are many people now who are saying, oh, what's the essence of US imposing visa ban on all these electoral malpractices promoters and all that? Their names are not known. Because under the US law, seeking for visa is a private affair. So it's not something that has to be made public. It's common knowledge under US law. That was why recently somebody wanted to get the FBI file on Aswad Bola Tinubu to be released to him. Of course, the FBI has the file, but they refuse to release that to him because they say it's a personal issue of Aswad Bola Tinubu. Even though the person argued, an American, argued that it is in public interest because Aswad Bola Tinubu has emerged as president-elect of Nigeria, and that his alleged involvement in drug in America is of public interest. But for whatever reason, they refuse to release the file to him. But although they say that he can still apply and give further reason why the file of Aswad Bola Tinubu should be released to him from the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation in the United States. So there are some things America consider private. So the lists are not known. Those who are in the list, those who are banned under this climate are not known. They didn't give the names. But we can deduce those who are involved. We can tell even their reactions shortly after this information was released by the United States government, you tell you that they know themselves. You know, the guilty are always afraid. Now, the statement by Blinken said that the United States is committed to supporting and advancing democracy in Nigeria and around the world. Today, I am announcing, that's Blinken saying this. Said, today I am announcing that we have taken steps to impose visa restrictions on specific individuals in Nigeria for undermining democratic process during Nigeria's 2023 election cycle. These actions are specific to certain individuals. So it's specific to certain individuals and are not directed at the Nigerian people or the government of Nigeria as a whole. Take note of this statement, or the government of Nigeria as a whole. It means that part of the government of Nigeria, people working in government, people in government, working in INEC, people who are working, who are state governors, people who are ministers, people who are politically exposed persons. Many of them are in the list. That's why you can see Blinken was saying that it was not directed at Nigerian people or the government of Nigeria as a whole. Because if it doesn't involve people from people who are in government, it will not. It would have just mentioned that it didn't affect Nigerian people or the government of Nigeria. But he said it didn't affect. It's not directed at the Nigerian people or the government of Nigeria as a whole. So it means that many people in government, obviously from the APC administration, are in that list. But I'm also not ruling out the possibility of those in government in PDP, because PDP is controlling many states, and rigging was allegedly perpetrated by many PDP governors in their states. That is why you begin to question the result of PDP in Akwa Ibom and several other states, Bayelsa and what have you. Those votes are not clear, are votes that you cannot vouch for, that PDP didn't manipulate it, being having a sitting governor there. So, but I can bet my bottom dollar that majority of those who will be there will be APC people and then PDP. Now, Blinken went on to say that under section 212A, 3 and C of the Immigration and Nationality Act, these individuals will be subject to restrictions on visa to the United States under a policy covering those believed to be responsible for or complicit in undermining democracy. Now, it went further to say those individuals have been involved in the intimidation of voters through threats. So you can cast your mind back to those who were involved in the intimidation of voters through threats and physical violence. There are many documented evidence, video evidence of APC leaders who were involved. They know themselves, who were involved in voter intimidation, in the intimidation of voters through threats and physical violence. So those people, Nigerians know them, their names are going to be in that list. People like MC Oluomo, there's no way his name will not be in that list because his video, his threats against people went viral and the police did nothing about him. In fact, they say he was joking, that he didn't mean it. But Americans cannot be fooled by that kind of shenanigan that he was joking, it was a mere joke. Come on. And several other people, those who are issuing threats, those who are threatening certain ethnic groups, especially the Igbo people in Lagos. Those people, their names are there. In fact, one of them has on his Twitter handle was insulting the Americans for this. I was telling them that Nigeria is a great country and nobody can dictate to Nigeria what to do. That they don't give a damn about anybody. Really? But the same Americans who say you don't give a damn that you're a sovereign country are the ones that is raising shoulders that you don't give a damn. Femi Fani Kayode was among those who are saying that begging Joe Biden, the president of the United States, to congratulate Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now they have imposed visa ban. You are now telling us that Nigeria is a sovereign country, that you don't give a damn about visa from US, that we are a great nation. Nigeria is a great nation. Nobody can dictate to Nigeria about how he conducts his election. And then begin to say that even the Biden election was also called out that it was rigged, that Trump said that Biden's election was rigged. So what moral right has they to come and tell them that that Nigeria's election was not free and fair? But you are begging them the other day that they should congratulate your candidate who was declared president-elect. So that statement that Fani Kayode put out on his wall, as far as I'm concerned, gives him away as among the people that should be on that list. Because of the kind of things he was saying about Igbo people and all that. So he was part of apparently, the kind of things he was putting out with Bayo Nanoga, MC Olomo and all. There were clear indications that these were to intimidate the voters, to make them uncomfortable, to feel that Lagos is not for them. They have no right to vote the candidates of their choice. So these people know themselves. They are the people that the Americans have slammed visa ban. Of course, they will pretend that it doesn't mean anything. But we know they are lying. If America doesn't mean anything, why are they begging the president of America, to congratulate Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So the Blinken said that those individuals have been involved in intimidation of voters through threats and physical violence and the manipulation of vote results. Now, this is where many people in INEC will be involved. Those who refuse, those who manipulated the transmission of the election results on that February 25, they will be in this list because manipulation of vote results. You found out that your preferred candidate is losing, then you stop the transmission of results so that no result will be transmitted. And you claim it will have uh, glitches. But the Americans are no fools. After all, your host, Amazon Web Services, they are an American company. And they know that there was no attack against the INEC server or the IRIF on the day of election and after the election. Before before the election, or the day of the election, and after the election. There was no threat whatsoever, according to reports coming out from Amazon Web Services. This is an American company. So those who participated in the manipulation of vote results, like those who participated in manipulating the election results in several others, including Rivers State, their names will be there. I can tell you for free. Those who manipulated the election results, whether government officials or INEC officials, their names will be there because they participated in the manipulation of election results. The election result that has become so apparent that even the BBC has done another investigation on Rivers election and found out that the vote was stolen from peterobi. Those who participated in that, their names will be there. And they know themselves. And you can guess, your guess is as good as mine, those whose names will be there from Rivers State. And I'm sure several other parts of Nigeria, in Benue, in other places, there was manipulation of election results, especially during the governorship election too, aside the manipulation in the presidential election. So those people are the people that are on this visa list. Now, this visa ban, people may think it doesn't matter, but don't forget that not long ago, justices of the Supreme Court of Nigeria were to travel to US to attend a very important conference. They were denied visas. Why were they denied visas? Because they were the justices that pretended over the judgment that produced Hope Uzodinma to become the governor of Imo State. And they were denied that visa. It was Donald Duke, former governor of Cross River State, that revealed that secret. They were denied the visa. They quietly returned back to their various houses, and they didn't go for that conference. But their lead was blown by Donald Duke. They thought that Nigerians will never know. So that's it going for many of them. They like to go abroad, go to US for medical treatment. They will not be able to access medical facilities in the United States. Of course, they may look for alternatives. But even the information about them could be shared by the American people because already they are seen as security threats. America will share intelligence about them. They will suffer more detention at entry points, even in UK and elsewhere, where America has close relationship, because they will be seen as threats, high risk individuals. So it's a good thing that America has taken action. And according to Blinken, he said the decision to take steps to impose visa restriction reflects the continued commitment of the United States to support Nigerian aspiration to strengthen democracy and the rule of law. It's a very good development for Nigeria and for Nigerians that these people who participated in sabotaging the will and the mandate of Nigerian people, that the international community has taken time to sanction them, especially the United States, which is the leader of the free world, the country that they have been hoping and praying will congratulate, that is president will congratulate Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu. From what they have done, it was a clear indication that Americans know that the 2023 general election was largely a huge joke in terms of transparency and accountability in the process of producing the result it did. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you and yours.